Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Pine Cove Farm, here in Farm FS19, with me, CWATTYESO. I have finished the seeding. Seeding is done. Seeding is complete. So, that's that. That is that. We are ready to tackle some other work now then, for the remainder of today. So I'm going to have a look, see what contracts are about, see what takes my fancy, and basically go from there. So I'm going to have a little hop out. One other thing I'm going to have a quick look at, because I haven't really looked at it in any of the starting videos, was okay. Bet land is quite expensive. 1 million, 290,000. 790,000. 1 million. 2 million. 1 million. Okay, field prices are very expensive. That's going to mean we ain't going to be doing a lot of field expansion, or we're not going to be expanding our fields very, very quickly. So we are going to need to do some contract work. Now, there are a lot of fertilising jobs available. Field 5. Field 11, field 14, field 16, field 20. Let me go and queue these up. And then there's a load of harvesting ones to do as well. Right, we're going to need a Rubicon. Where was the Rubicon? Can't remember now. In here. So we're going to go do some fertilising. We're going to need some liquid fertiliser. This is where I'm hopeful that this will have liquid fertiliser available. Yes. Right, so we've got field 5, field 11, field 14, field 16, field 20. Where are all of those? Field 5 is the little one, just up from the farm. Field 16 and 14 are two fairly little ones. 11 and 20 are then reasonable sized ones. Right, let's go and have an explore then, shall we? See if we can find these fields. We'll start with field 5, because that's nearest. We know there's a little roadway out the back here. So this is the first real look at the map as we drive round. A nice little church set up over here. Here we go then, field 5, directly in front of us. Oh, of course, play popped up. Didn't ask it to. A bit random. I do have access to the land, farm sim. The guy's paying me to fertilise his field, so of course I have access. I think the steering wheel is conflicting a little bit. I'm playing the game on controller at the minute, because that's obviously what I'm used to. And also because I'm finding it physically difficult to use my steering wheel and pedals at the minute with the health issues that I'm currently having. But I've still got the wheel and pedals plugged in, and I think they're just... if the steering wheel's not centred properly, which it is now, I think it's giving me a bit of steering conflict. It's a shame, because at the minute I really want to be playing some games that I've recently acquired on Steam. Assetto Corsa and Competizione, a couple of racing games. There's obviously the new Formula 1 game coming out next month, but unfortunately I'm having that much of an issue at the minute with my back and my legs. I can't operate my steering wheel and my pedals, so I'm kind of forced at the minute to be playing games which have control. They'll let me use the controller. Because, you know, my hands still work okay at the minute. It's also kind of why I've been playing a lot of games recently that I can play whilst I'm lying down, because I have to spend a lot of time lying down at the minute, because it's the only way I can get relief from the pain and stuff in my back and my legs. So that's why I've not been doing much live streaming, and I apologise to people who have been hoping I would be doing some streaming and stuff, but I can't sit for 6 hours in front of the computer at the minute. It's just physically not possible for me, you know. And it makes me miserable when you're in pain all the time. It makes you very miserable, and that comes across, I think, in the streams. I look miserable, I sound miserable, so that's kind of why I've not been doing as much streaming just lately. But one field is finished. Next one then, 16. So we're going to follow this little road. We are. I'm going to do that field next. I usually work our way around the map. Pick up a few quid for doing a few extra jobs. Have I gone the right way? I have gone the right way. I do need to turn off though at some point. Go over the railway line. Field 16's over there to my left. Got to figure out how I get to field 16 then. I can go over here. Down here and across this little bridge. There we go. All these fields want for spraying. 14 does as well, which is the one behind me. That wants fertilising as well. We'll jack that up because obviously great thing about Stevie's maps are they're never flat. There are hills and I don't want the boom catching on the hill. If I can help it. There's a choo-choo. So obviously with a piece of equipment like this, it doesn't take much to spray these fields. These fertilising jobs are done very, very quick. Sadly, they're not bringing in hundreds of thousands of dollars in payments. That's the one downside. But if there's enough of plenty of them, what we lack in one-off massive payments, we can make up for in multiple quick contracts that we can hopefully smash out very quickly and then go off and do something else. Like I say, there will be harvesting contracts to do. My money's gone down to 153,000. Did I spend 20,000 bucks on liquid fertiliser? I may have done. May have spent. So these jobs need to pay for that fertiliser, is what I'm saying. Are we going to get our costs back? It would be nice as well in Farm Sim 22 if there's a little bit of refining to the contract system, where again if you're using your own equipment and your own fertiliser, you get paid more. Same way if you lease equipment from the store, you get paid more. Whereas if you borrow what the farmer is offering you from his own fleet of equipment, you just get the standard price, the low price. I think there should be a tier system to contract payments, because if you're using your own machines, you should definitely get paid a lot more, because the farmer should be paying you for your maintenance, your wear and tear, should be paying you for your fuel consumption and stuff like that, on top of actually doing the job. The way to make some of the jobs that don't pay that much in Farm Sim actually pay a little bit better and pay a little bit more. Right, we have finished another field. You notice I'm not completing these contracts yet, because I have the no trespassing mod installed and I don't want to get fined for driving over the land. Right, we need to go all the way down now. So we've got to go all the way down into the town to fields 11, field 20. Okay, we can do that. So yeah, this is kind of what I'm expecting to see a bit more of in future Farming Simulator. In FS22, there's going to be more, I would say, areas like this, like little towns placed on maps, and built into maps, because of the production chains that we're going to have available to us in the games. A lovely detailed little map. It always reminds me of Goldcrest Valley from Farming Simulator 17. That had one of the best, like, towns. So we've got to come down here to field 11. Is this one here? Basically, field 20 is going to pay for our fertiliser costs. Otherwise, we're still technically at a loss. We've yet to make any money from fertilising free fields because of the cost of the fertiliser. So yeah, maybe harvesting contracts are the money makers, is the way to go then on this map, because it's not going to cost us anything to do a harvesting contract, apart from fuel. Plus we'll be able to do straw. We'll be able to collect straw, which is obviously going to be profit for us. Right, what is going on here? Why does that keep opening up? I'm using the mod hub version of Courseplay. Does mod hub version of Courseplay have some weird keybind things? Not what I'm seeing. Not what I'm seeing. Just wondered why that menu keeps appearing. It should only appear if you right click the mouse, and I'm nowhere near the mouse. I'm not touching the mouse. There we go, field 11 done. Guess this field. Yes. Just had to double check because I couldn't quite see the field number as I drove up to the edge of the field. Because the mini map wasn't quite big enough to show me the field numbers. I've got plenty of fertiliser left, haven't we? Might be able to do my field very quickly when we get back to the farm. I think this must be Stevie's own modified Rubicon. I'd get a guess. And what made me think that was the fact that it didn't seem to have collisions on the booms. There we go. This is obviously going to pay us quite nicely. This field will take us up to 194,000, maybe just break us over the $200,000 mark, which would be nice. Still sadly puts us a long way from buying any new land of our own. Can't even lease fields because I don't have the global company mod installed, so I can't do field leasing. I can't rent a field or rent a couple of fields. There we go. So yeah, we're getting along quite nicely on this field. These contracts have all gone pretty straightforward. I notice on the mini-map though, it's not showing me where I've sprayed like it does with precision farming. I really hope that's one thing they carry on into FS22. The mini-map changes. So the mini-map always shows you where you've worked up to on the field. You know, it shows you where you've fertilised, it shows you where you've harvested, it shows you where you've seeded even. Would be nice. Where you've sprayed with your herbicide would be even nicer, especially when crops are growing and you can't see the ground to see where you've actually sprayed. That would be one massive additional improvement. So there we go, one more pass to do. Contract will be complete. Haven't used much of my fertiliser, just over a quarter of the tank, so we're going to have plenty in reserve. So this machine's going to be able to do quite a few more jobs down the road before we have to refill it again. Contract on field 20 is finished. Big fields tend to be a lot more generous about how much you could technically leave and ignore. Right, let's fold her up. I'm going to use the bridge. Looks like my magic circle thing's back, you know. Might need to have a look at my graphic settings. Oh no. Okay. We saved it. Got to have a nice stunt in every video, haven't you? Now we spray our own field. Oh, is it going to let me? No, it's not. Not until first growth has occurred. I thought we could fertilise it after seeding it, but apparently not with the base game. With the vanilla fertilising mechanics, we have to wait for the crop to appear. Tell them out of practice, that sort of stuff. So what we may end up doing is we may end up mechanical weeding if that happens first, if we get the weeds. In which case I'm going to need a mechanical weeder, because I don't think Stevie gives us one. Get a nice second-hand one for 34 grand. That would do the trick. What's in the sale? There's nothing in the sales yet. Okay. We'll keep our eye on that. See what equipment they try to discount. I mean, I could get 34 grand by selling the pickup truck. We never really use a pickup truck for anything. And obviously we could get quite a bit of money back for selling off the animal pens. If I'm not going to be doing animals on this map. Would be quite useful. Because then all this area over here could actually be repurposed. I could actually put a field in this area. I could get rid of like the manure storage and everything. We could actually turn this into a field. Plough it all up, rip it all up with the plough, and I would actually have a second field here. Get rid of these silage bunkers. Maybe get rid of the greenhouses too, because without manure we're not going to be able to do anything with those. Give myself a second little give myself a second field on my own land until we can afford to buy a field somewhere to expand our operation. But anyway folks, that's it for today. We've reached the end of the video. When we come back in the next one, I will have probably slept through the night, I think, and got a little bit ready for the next day here on the farm, where we'll probably be going off and doing some harvesting contracts, I would guess. There's a couple there, 16 grand, 16 grand, barley, sunflowers, corn, wheat. I would probably think the wheat and the barley harvest would be the ones I go for, because I obviously can get straw from those, which is I can sell and make more money via doing. But that's it, folks. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. I will see you all again in the next one. For now, from me, it is goodbye here on Pine Cove Farm, and I'll see you all very soon. Cheerio.